Hey y'all, it's Andy here, and I have decided to make the spring zodiac shift readings entirely free this season. I don't want there to be any paywall between us when the astrology is so wild this spring. So the shift readings for all zodiac signs for the spring season will be posted in their entirety here on YouTube and on my website, unseenhintstarot.com. You can access them either place. Now, these readings are meant to carry you through the entire spring season. So it's one reading for the whole spring. It drops at the spring equinox. I recommend watching it at the beginning of the season so you can kind of get an idea of the themes that might be showing up for your sun, moon, rising, perfection sign, Venus, maybe, since Venus is going retrograde, whatever you're tracking in your own astrology chart this season. Find the corresponding reading, watch it at the beginning of the season to get a little preview as to what your spring shift might be. And then midway through the season, maybe around April, check back in with the reading, re-watch it, because you'll be able to bring your lived experience of the actual spring, however it's playing out in your life, to that reading, and I guarantee it's going to hit different. And then at the end of the season, you'll look back and watch the readings one more time to connect the dots as to how you have actually shifted throughout the season and get that beautiful hindsight magic. It really is the best part. Okay. So happy spring. It is my gift to you, and enjoy the shifts. Aries, you are shifting out of dormancy and seclusion into getting your power back and your energy back and joining the collective spring momentum moving forward. And there is some really big releasing in that life transition. It's like, for you, Aries, this is not just a winter to spring transition. This is a life transition. Almost like a nostalgic return to a past state of joy and togetherness. And hey, remember when we used to be family? Remember when we used to be friends? Remember when I used to have this activity that I loved to do and I just haven't done it in so long? Something like this, Taurus. There's something like this, but it's like you're shifting out of the hesitancy. You're shifting out of just this really slight sort of suspicion about it, or like holding back, into, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go out on this limb and say, hey, I want to do this again, or I want to talk to you again, or I want to, we should have a party like we used to. It's very like the highest form of art is living an artful life idea, rather than like making the specific thing. It's not about the painting. It's not about the curriculum. It's not about the whatever that the thing that you're making. It's about the life that you're creating. And that's where the Empress goes very, very deep. And that's where you need to live it in every fabric of your life, every facet of your life, from the blankets on your bed to the clothes on your body to the food that you eat and the care that you give yourself and others. Yes, and by extension, the things that you make and create in the world. And Cancer, if you've got someone in your life that's kind of wanting to treat you good, like let them come in with, hey, sorry that got so hard, hey, that got really hard back there. That was a little ugly. How can we find the poetry again together? How can we move from the heart again? How can we kind of like let our hearts guide us forward again? Where's like the healing salve, the balm that can come in and kind of like smooth things over and get the spark back? No longer having to stay on edge, maintaining this balance while also just like grieving the loss of just a huge part of your life. You're no longer held in that limbo, and you can go ahead and move on and start to engage in your life and your world again, because you're in your own space. You've returned to something very, very core for you, Leo. And that's the change you've been waiting for. And I think it's just gonna open everything up. It looks really, really positive. A need for things to be exact and specifically equal. Almost maybe to sort of like an over focus on that for some folks. To a much more free-flowing space where like you're not valuing that material realm as much as you're valuing the emotional, spiritual value system of like, you know what, I'm kind of done just like constantly keeping those scales balanced, because that micro focus was getting really intense for me. I'm gonna zoom out and just like try to listen to my heart again, Knight of Cups, and feel into like, how would I move forward with this, whatever this is for you, and it probably will be many thises throughout the season. But it's like, okay, how would I move forward from this if I just moved from my heart? Venus in Aries, Venus likes to be in Libra because Libra likes things to be copacetic and balanced and harmonious and likes everybody to get along and everyone to get their fair share. And when that's not happening, Venus in Aries is triggered. Venus in Aries is like feeling attacked and needing to fight back and needing to fight for what they believe is fair. And there is this sort of like this, maybe the stress gets to the point where you're ready to pick up the sword and you're ready to fight for your ideals and your values, which is largely what Venus retrograde brings to us all, is the gumption, especially in Aries, to fight for what we think is right and valuable and good and worth fighting for in the world. There may also just be something going on in your life that is a chaotic transition. People, I just keep seeing the back and forth over the Aries and Pisces signs. And so there's like this, it's this bridge. It's this like back and forth over the bridge, back and forth over the bridge. In, I don't know, something coming in and out, something sort of like making many trips. I don't know what that is. But it's a little chaotic before you finally get your like clear forward facing piece of like, phew, okay, that's over. And I like the direction that I'm heading in now. And to stabilize what has recently shown to be not as stable as you thought. And so the beautiful thing is like the Chariot brings you to the next level of your life. And there is this really like peace, like inner peace and maybe even enjoyment along the way of like, you know what, I'm actually ready for the next thing. You know, I don't know what it's gonna bring me, but like, wow, what a great adventure it's going to be. And of course, Sag, this is your vibe. I'm ready for the next adventure, even if it looks really different from what I expected. you know? Or even if it brings this like unexpected beginning or unexpected ending, I'm ready for the next level of responsibility or of my future, like this next chapter, in the name of stability. Or like the busyness, that intense, that sort of like spring energy that can come in and be like, and this, 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 you know, don't let that shake you from really like where your focus needs to be right now, which seems to be focusing on grounding, stability, building a solid base of support for yourself. Like your focus needs to be like on your money, you know, or on your the things that you are growing and cultivating, on your business. And it is actually like everybody is out here kind of getting wild, and you are over here minding your own business, honestly. You're just minding your own business. You're not getting looped into the drama, and you are minding your own business, and that's that. But like, hey, once this thing comes to an end in your life, in your experience, there is an expansion on the other side of that for you. There will be more room for you to become even larger, to expand your reach, to have more impact, to something, to have more of an effect. Because I do see this wisdom card as like someone just sort of feels like they're talking to a brick wall, like nobody's listening. Because I just see that this like group of people isn't listening. They're not listening. And so they're gonna have to go through this, and so are you. And damn, you know. This vehicle starts revealing itself as this thing that could actually take you to this next level of your life. And it starts to feel fortunate. It starts to feel like fortune, and it starts to empower you to say, okay, I'm willing to explore this further. I'm willing to go on this journey. And it just looks so positive. It just looks so positive. Pisces, don't close yourself off. 4 Cups on the bottom of the deck. Don't close yourself off to the possibilities just because things are scary in the world. Because there are also really, really positive opportunities. And you don't want to be closed to them. Something tells me you're gonna want to take that. You're gonna want to open it up. You're gonna want to go ahead and choose that. Because it just looks really, really good.